Hey all, how you doing? Snooty here. Welcome back to the 9,000 day base tour. This is part 5. I was actually expecting this to have been finished by 5 parts, but it looks like it's going to end up being 10 at this rate. But I guess it's better to have like 10 small size videos rather than 5 large ones, but we'll carry on. So we were left here at the mob farm with a classic design, but I had to make a few changes down the bottom as I explained in the previous part, but we'll move forward now. So here's a nice little farm that my son originally built. This has actually been sitting here for many thousands of days and produces really well, and I've not made any changes to it other than maybe just a few changes, maybe just down here, just at the bottom, because through past this wall is basically the underground car park, so that's what I had to do in order to keep all the water in. But yeah, it works really well, really nice, produces well, and has been sitting here for thousands of days. So it's very nice. So moving on is a little bit more of a modern farm now, and this is the Infested Allay XP farm, and I'll give you a demonstration of how it works. So grab an infested potion. It's always so cruel when this happens. Light the alleys up. Right, ready? And then grab an infested potion. And it will now produce silverfish. And I've actually got no way to actually kill the silverfish. Oh dang, right. I need to go and... hang on, wait a minute. Let me see if I can get this put out quickly. Oh crap. What have I done? I need to go and get a sword. No, don't. Oh no. Oh my god, no. This is really bad. Oh god, what have I done? Oh no. Why did I do that for? Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god, what have I done? Right, think, how am I going to get rid of all this lot? Why did I open up that? What does that mean? They're not going to infest things, are they? I need to start clearing this lot. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're infesting stuff. Oh my god, what a disaster. No, Oh my god. What a flippant... Oh my god! What am I going to do? Oh no! Oh no, this is really bad. Oh no. Lava? Can I hit him from here? No, I can't. Well, this is a complete and utter screw up, isn't it? I don't know what I'm going to do. Do they despawn? If I fly away? Why on earth did I open that trapdoor? Seriously? What on earth was I thinking? Oh, thank God for that. Right. Oh my God. Wow. Anyway, that's the XP Allay farm. Whatever you do, don't open this trapdoor when the silverfish are coming out. Look at all this. It's all trashed. Oh my God. Let's just make sure that there's no more around. Thank God they despawned, is all I can say. Oh, anyway, I'll fix this later. Oh my God. Anyway, yes, there you go. So that's the XP Allay farm. What a complete disaster. When you're using it, don't open up the trapdoor. That's my advice. Anyway. Oh, that could have... Oh my God. Anyway, right, moving on. Here we have a kelp farm. Kelp and kelp block farm. So give this lever a flick and it'll start producing. And then once we've got a few in there, as you can see, it's gathering the things together. And we can flick this lever and start the process off. Very nice farm this is. You can use kelp blocks as well to power it. So it's completely self-sufficient. And the kelp blocks you can trade with the villagers for emeralds. And you can also use kelp blocks for other things as well. So quite a good resource to have a little farm for. Nice and neat, very smart. Stock up your bone meal there. Oh my God, I still can't believe that. That was an absolute disaster. Oh my God. Right. So yeah, there you go. turn them into kelp blocks, get some emeralds, nice and neat. And then if you flick this lever, that'll stop your minecart, and if you flick this lever, that'll stop producing. They are. We'll get rid of them in there. Anyway, moving on. I'm staying away from that. That's bad news. So, extended sugarcane farm next. So, produces lots of good sugarcane. Obviously, you need it for paper for your rockets. This is basically ×3 of the bamboo farm, which was just over there. Works really well, produces lots. Very good. I like how it works. Very neat. Funnily enough, took quite a while to build. In fact, they all probably took quite a while to build, really. You know, obviously, you know, you tweak here and you tweak there. But yeah, it works really well. Right, so now moving on to the sheep farms. So all the different coloured wools in there. All the different coloured wools. Plenty going on. Generates you tons of wool, and all that wool was basically used to build this. The wool dropper, which I've not yet completely finished, but I will show you later. Works really well. And I did a little extension because I did need... Whoops. I don't know how I managed to miss that. There you go. I did build a little extension just basically for some black and for some white wool. As you can see, trade that with the villagers as well. So for emeralds, obviously all the trading areas are by the iron farm, and they all work really well. So a little sheep pen here, just in case I actually need to breed some more sheep. Just in case. Right, so moving on and heading in this direction. So we have an oak log farm. So to produce oak logs, very clever automatic oak farm. You get your sapling, pop it in there. Keep popping it in there, it will automatically bonemeal, and then the pistons will push the wood and turn it all into a nice block looking like this, which you then mine or use your axe. And all this oak wood was basically used in the wool dropper as well, and I'll show you where all that oak wood is. All that oak wood is down here and around here, and I'll show you later. But this farm produced all the oak wood that I needed in order to be able to fill this area, which I'll show you later. Very nice and very smart. As I say, all these farms are just so clever how they work. So next is the tick warp cactus and bonemeal farm. So we're talking tick 500 on this particular one. Generates you plenty of cactuses. And bonemeal, you can switch it out, so you can either produce bonemeal or cactuses just by doing a little switch. Classic setup with the cactuses there. They grow and then they're broken. So built quite a few layers on this. I sort of spent quite a little bit of time for actually getting bonemeal, if I remember correctly, because I didn't actually have that really good bonemeal producer over there. I actually had this originally, and I used to get some bonemeal from here, and I used to use this as a little AFK spot in order to get that. So here is some trees for the saplings for the oak wood farm to generate some saplings. Quite a few trees here just to chop them down, and then these are used so that they don't grow so high. Just a way basically to get saplings really in order to be able to use that. Oh my god, that XP farm over there. I just still can't believe it. What an absolute disaster. Why on earth did I open that trap door? I know why. I was trying to put the flame out, but I completely forgot about the fact that they would be able to escape. Anyway, moving swiftly on from that disaster. Here's a little salmon farm. So this was basically a lake that I have. I'll be a bit careful because there will be mobs floating around in there somewhere. So, but basically just a little trap in here with a nice rail system as a collection, and there you go. So some ink, but mainly salmon coming out of both of these. Works really well over time. You just leave it. This was fun to build. I mean, considering that it's just literally in a river. Just kind of sort of almost sort of there just to catch any random salmon that come along, and sure enough it works. Very clever. And where it was built was kind of a bit of a gamble really, but I thought that I would make use of this lake basically, or river, or whatever Minecraft would like to call it. Oh, I completely missed that. But yeah, there you go. So works well. Right. So next we'll move on to the raw mutton farm. Mutton and wool farm. So this was originally what I kind of built before all these other things, and you just got black and white, you just using the entity cramming basically, and then you'd get your mutton and your wool out of there. But I haven't used it for a long time, but I have just kind of left it. So moving on from that, I will just show you up the top quickly. So yeah, basically the entity cramming trick. So when you push the button, you can feed them, and then anything over 24, you know what happens. So, and then you got your black coloured sheep and your white coloured sheep. So yeah, so moving on from there. So just a little egg farm. So just 2 chickens was enough to produce all these. When I'm ever going to use them, I actually don't know, but I'm sure at some point I might need a load of eggs. But at least they're there and they're ready to go whenever they're needed. So moving on next, this is a glow lichen farm. This is quite cool. Produces your glow lichen. I covered this in a previous video again. Very neat. I'll show you it working. If I grab these shears. Just here is Just basically like a dispenser clock again, with lots of bone meal in. If I turn it on, what? Why are you not working? What? What's happened? Why are you not dispensing? How strange. Oh, it is working now. No, it isn't. And then you can grab your glow lichen from there. Oh yeah, there you go. That's why it isn't working. Silly me. So, a very quick way to get some glow lichen, as you can see. And then when it doesn't have any more bone meal in the dispenser, it will automatically stop. Just like that. And then you can see more. Very cool. I used this glow lichen on the Winter Wonderland graphics, which I'll show you later. Right, so moving on. This is when I mined out a chunk. This was thousands and thousands and thousands of days ago, and when I mined out this chunk I thought I'd done so well. It's not until you actually start working on other projects that you actually realise that just mining out just one chunk isn't that much of an achievement, but at the time it was an absolutely amazing achievement. Managed to uncover a nice whatchamacallit farm. What are they called again? I can't remember. Crystal Farm. Amethyst shards. Amethyst Farm. There you go. I completely forgot. It shows how long it's been since I've been down here, but a little bit of manual mining and just a little bit of water will help them flow into the chest. So if ever I need any stained glass, I can come here and get what I need. But yeah, it was very neat when I mined all this out. Right down to the bottom. Wow, just so many memories. Just so much stuff. And then next to that is a nice timed pearl stasis chamber. I'll give you an example of how it works. If I come over here and just grab just one stack will be okay, just to show you. If I put that into here, and then arm the system, throw the pearl into there, and then I can just fly myself up to here just for a moment. And then once those blocks have gone through the system, it will automatically transfer me back to the stasis chamber. And I've worked out how many stacks you need in order and how much time you'll get Very useful. I actually really like how this came out. Very cool. Anyway, so that is part 5 over with. The silverfish thing was a disaster, but we won't talk about that. Anyway, I shall get making now part 6 of this base tour. I hope that you're enjoying it so far if you're watching, and I shall speak to you later. Bye for now.